Hello, speedy tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Chrono Trigger with me, BlueAnkylo. So, we're about to enter what might be the final section of the Black Omen today, and I just had a quick look at some numbers, did some quick number crunching, and in the DS version there's some optional dungeons that will give Chrono, Marl, and Luca a permanent stat upgrade. It's mostly noticeable in speed. The rest of your stats are probably high enough anyway. So Chrono will get +1 speed from that, Marl will get +2 speed, and Luca will get +3 speed. So if you're trying to really not waste your speed capsules, which is what I've been huffing and hawing over, keep that in mind, seeing as your speed doesn't raise when you get level ups or anything. So what we're going to do is bring Chrono to 15, so that will be maxed when he does his bonus dungeon, and we're going to bring Marl to 14. And I happen to have exactly enough to do that, so that's good. And now, if I feel like it, I can switch the accessories out because they're much quicker. Especially Marl, I had to give her the speed ring most of the time. So I decided to go with the golden stud for now. One thing I've noticed as well, I forgot to maybe mention, is you can equip Shala's amulet now that it's been powered up for status protection if you need it. If you need it. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to keep Marl in the party for now. Kind of would like to use her for the final battles anyway, so getting a couple more level ups on her, it's probably fine. Alright, so we got boss music this time for a Giga Mutant. I would like to steal some stuff. Acuity rings, okay. Let's, just Luminaire. I mean, why not Luminaire when you got Luminaire? Now, for boss battles, if you brought Marl, the haste helm is, I would say, less important, because eventually everyone will be hasted anyway. But auto haste is nice, it's just, you know, you can replace that with magic. Alright, that's not going to be a problem. In case you're wondering, the mechanics for the haste spell is it halves the amount of time needed to fill your bar. So, the blue bar when you're trying to get your next turn, your active time battle bar, it's cut in half, and then your speed stat affects how quickly it fills up. So haste will always give you turns twice as quickly, basically. And 16 speed plus the haste spell is the fastest you can get. I don't know exactly what it's comparable to. I don't know if 8 speed plus haste is equal to 16 speed with no haste, but you could certainly test that out if you wanted. I'm pretty sure the top of this mutant still has something to steal, so I'd like to try again. This guy doesn't seem to do very much damage. I don't know if I'm missing something, or we're just way too strong. You know what? Seeing as I've got Marl, may as well go with the more accurate steal. We'll go with Frenzy for fun. Okay, there we go. We got the barrier ring, we got the acuity ring, that's the two things. Now to die. Or is he draining MP? Alright, and the top is immune to physical. That's good to know. Okay, that is draining MP. I hate that. Let's find out if Falcon Strike is as amazing as I think. The last few episodes I've been really singing the song of the Falcon Strike. Not too good against this boss. Alright, well we're gonna probably want to switch to an elemental attack then. Oh, that's annoying. I don't like life shavers. You know, if she dies, I'd have to cast haste on her again. Alright, so let's see if Final Kick ignores their ridiculously high physical defense. Did some damage. I guess Luminaire is probably the best damage dealer here. So Ayla maybe not the best character for this fight because she doesn't do much elemental damage. But we can always throw icebergs, which hits both. That's a nice perk. Let's see how well the icebergs do. Half as much as a triple tech. But Luminaire will work, right? I guess if I had realized this boss had such huge defense, I might have gone with Prism Specs on Chrono. Because he'd be doing like 2,000 damage instead of 1,300. Also, his MP steal is getting kind of annoying. Kind of an annoying boss. Doesn't seem to do much damage, but just drains your MP and generally slows you down because he's so tanky. Unless there's some trick that I don't know about. Like, maybe he's really weak to fire, but I didn't bring aim to fire or something. Alright. One done. We might have to fight a few bosses for today's episode. I would, because we're so close to this, be wise to just go use a quick shelter and heal up. Nope. Do I have any capsules I should use? Magic? You know what? Let's just keep boosting Chrono's magic. He's almost caught up with Marl's magic now, but I feel like he's the most likely for me to use Luminaire or other magic spells because he's involved in almost all the dual and triple techs I'm going to use. So, if his magic is the max, that's fine. Alright, another one of these sort of elevator traps. Don't worry, at some point I am going to show off a different party that doesn't include Ayla. It's just, there's so much stuff to steal in this dungeon, we have to keep stealing all the Mega Elixirs. You can't ask me to not steal the Mega Elixirs. Like, seriously. And she's wearing that alluring top. I guess, if I'm trying to steal 4 of these, we could do it like that. Plus, you know me, we're going to be using Falcon Strike here at the end. Alright, they're going to start killing each other pretty quick. This is the only one I haven't stolen Mega Elixir. So we get 3 more Mega Elixirs. I might... Oh, well, we just didn't get lucky there. That's fine. Alright, well, they're probably out. Let's just use the ever-faithful, non-elemental, group-targeting, airborne Falcon Strike. But, yeah, I'm not too worried about stealing more Mega Elixirs. It's just, because they are so amazingly good and rare, I feel like it's not a bad idea to steal a couple. What about these guys? You guys remember what they have? I don't think it's that important. But you never know if you're fighting, like, the last one of its kind. Ambrosia, right. Yeah, these guys didn't have anything too important. Let's just go with Ice Sword, because you haven't seen that in a while, right? It's a pretty cool spell. I like it. We're just playing with these guys. Actually, a dual tech like Ice Sword is a really good combo because Marl and Chrono both have golden studs. So you get a really good damage output for not very much MP. Like, it's very efficient. And unfortunately, Ayla is a little bit more sensitive to spending all of her MP right now. Those levels. Alright. So, I don't think I've missed anything yet on our trek up here. How long? Just for interest's sake. So it's 14,000 experience for a full level up at level 50, because you just gotta level up. We're getting like 1 to 2,000 per fight, so I'd expect a couple more levels up easily while we're in here. Alright, now, I've been talking about it last episode a few times. I'd like to see Final Kick do some damage rather than just healing an enemy. Unfortunately, these might be robots, and that makes them immune to dark. No, okay, so yeah, 3,700 damage is pretty good. I figure when I'm trying to evaluate triple techs for endgame material, basically, I want to make sure they do single target, and you can actually target the enemy, rather than, centered on Chrono or centered on Robo type stuff. And as much as triple techs that hit the entire enemy group are nice, they generally don't do as much damage as single targeting triple techs. So when you're fighting bosses, you generally want max damage on one target. So that's usually, I'm looking for triple techs that fit those requirements, and then you know, those are the best. Bats. Rats. Oh, these guys again. Right, these guys are tough. Okay, these guys are no slouch. Let's go... Ice... Well, they're not close enough for the iceberg toss to hit them both. Falcon Strike doesn't quite kill them. Falcon... I think Dark heals them. I'm not even sure if Ice does damage, honestly. Old reliable. This won't help much, but... I figure if we can just kill them before they do anything, this fight will be so much better than what it's been in the past. There they go. I get the feeling these are probably the most threatening, just random, sort of normal enemies in this dungeon. They're pretty fast, they've got a lot of HP, they're immune to a couple elements, or at least some elements. Yeah. Probably wise to treat them seriously. Okay, so here's a little trick, a very minor trick. But when you've got a golden stud equipped, the most efficient healing spell is no longer aura. It always costs 1 MP, so you don't get any value from the golden stud. But the cure, which normally costs 2 or 3, is now 1 as well. So you could use aura, but you can also use cure for the same cost and heal even more. And it does heal, I think, twice as much, or 2.5 times aura, so that's a very, very efficient way to heal up on MP. Wonder what this is. Oh, more tabs to steal. Strength capsules today. Now, you don't need to worry about stealing every single strength and magic capsule. It's not a big deal. It's mostly the speed capsules and the rare armor and accessories that you really don't want to miss. I'm just stealing from everything because I know there's a lot of good stuff in this dungeon, so I'm just trying to show it off for you guys, right? And like I said, if I do this dungeon again in different time zones, most of these enemies will respawn and we can get even more capsules. Just kind of crazy to think about it. Then I'll probably be over-leveled. That's a shame. That's such a shame to be over-leveled. No one ever said Chrono Trigger was supposed to be a hard RPG. Most people... The only complaint I really hear about Chrono Trigger, other than it's basically the perfect Super Nintendo RPG, the only complaint that has any merit at all is it is a little bit too easy. Oh, these things again. 4 of them! Sure hope you brought Ayla. Oh wait, can you not steal from these ones? Or did I just get on bad luck? Surely you can steal from these. So, assuming we can, this makes a total of 8 stolen speed tabs. On top of 3 or 4 treasures that also had them. Let's guarantee it. I think with the alluring top and twin charm, you basically can't fail. There it is. Now we can start killing them off as we steal from them. Okay, we'll go number 1, number 2. Don't want to accidentally kill the one before I steal, basically. So what do we do with 4 more speed capsules? We have a little party, do a little dance. Everyone who's played Chrono Trigger 10 times and never realized you can steal speed capsules from these panels is going to have a little bit of a cry. Because, hopefully I've demonstrated by now how important the speed stat is. Alright. That'll probably kill one. So yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but totally worth it. Totally worth it. Alright, there we go. So 4 more. even if we weren't going to do the bonus dungeons or bonus challenges for Chrono and Marl, we could now max their speed up. But I'll probably give those 4 to some combination of Frog, Luca, and Robo. And Falcon Strike, see, the problem is, normally if you're just rushing through, 1 Falcon Strike kills all 4 panels. And then you don't get any speed capsules. There's so many speed capsules. If I had known about this the first time I played through, and someone had told me, like, you know, like I finished the game and returned it to the Blockbuster or whatever, returned it, and someone's like, yeah, did you steal, like, the 20 speed capsules in the final dungeon? I'd be like, I hate you. I hate you all. So anyway, with 5 more, that's enough to start bringing other people up to the speed cap as well. That's great. Yeah, it took me a while to learn about all of these, and I don't know if I've ever been determined enough to actually... Oh wait, am I not right on the... I don't know if I've ever been determined enough to actually properly steal from everything in this dungeon. You know, I know this is making the episode take a bit longer, the last couple episodes, but man, I love the idea of just having maximum strong characters, maximized right to the max. Tip-top shape. Just want the treasure, guys. Alright, another one of these guys. Another boss version. Terra Mutant. They've all had this Mega Giga Terra, I think. We're learning the decimal system. Power Crest. Well, that's not that great. Let's see if they're, like, immune to physical or anything. Yeah. Oh, good. Counters with that, probably. And then instantly kills Chrono. Good. I like it to be interesting like that. Oh, you know what? We've got this spell we never use. Arise is rarely very valuable. But this is the kind of situation where the boss has a an area of effect attack or a screen hitting attack that does small damage. Because then you could just get in a cycle of using the Athenian water to res him and just getting low damage killed over and over again. Oh, I see. So probably you can deal damage to the top and then the top drains the bottom. I bet you that's the mechanic. There's the muscle ring. Okay. I've now stolen what we need to steal. Let's try out final kick on the top of it. Why not? Not amazing. That's actually pretty low. I guess maybe he counters with the element you used? See what he does if you just attack the top. Drains a little bit of HP, that's... Okay, so he's got huge physical defense. Gotcha. Let's try... Let's try Falcon Strike, and then we can get Marl hasted up so she's not lagging behind. Okay, so physical is... In this rare situation that never actually happens ever, Falcon Strike has failed us. But that doesn't... It's just a glitch in the system, that's all. Please don't kill Chrono again. Could have just used, Arise, but the good thing is Chrono's the one with the haste helm, so even when they kill him, he comes right back with the haste automatically. Alright, so let's try Iceberg Toss. So remember, the final kick did about 1,600. I would expect this to do then around 1,000. Not even close. Okay. What about Luminaire? I wonder if you just have to deal slowly a little bits of damage to the head and the body until he finally destroys his feet. His little slimy mutant feet. Well, I guess this is still probably the best overall damage because Luminaire's so strong. This is what usually happens is Chrono spams Luminaire because it's so strong, and then whoever the other two characters are just need to have a good dual tech and they try to keep up. Sometimes the triple tech is better, but it depends on the group. I guess one thing I could try... You know, if he does Life Shaver on Ayla, her Dino Tail would do a lot of damage. If you could keep her alive, it might be worth a try, because I so rarely get to show that off. So we get him to counter that. Yeah. We won't actually heal her. I'm gonna try just a normal ice spell, honestly. I want to see how much damage Dino Tail is. I don't want to accidentally kill him now after... Okay, that did almost nothing. Okay, he's not going to attack. Dino Tail it is. Pretty expensive, but... I guess she has triple kick, but yeah. I don't know if this is considered elemental, though. It might just be blocked. But this is about the max damage it could do normally with 1 HP. And it does... So, interestingly, even with massive amounts of defense, it still did over 100 damage. So you can kind of get an idea of how strong that should be. Because our normal attacks are doing like 10 damage. So like if Falcon Strike only does, what was it, 10 or 20? But a Dino Tail at 1 HP does like 100. That might be 5 times the strength. I don't know. I don't know how much damage it would do normally, but... Clearly, Luminaire is the key to victory once again, as is often the case. Maybe if you brought Magus, some Dark Matter would be a good choice as well. Alright, job done. White Gemstones, okay. I know we haven't gotten around to that either, it's one of the more fiddly things to do. But White Gemstone will be another fancy triple tech, I believe. Flea Buster. Interesting that only the men can wear the Flea Bustier. Where was that? The Green Dream, right. That's different. I must have zipped right by it without noticing. Oh, right, only the people involved in the triple tech can equip it. So who's involved in the White Gemstone is the trick. So it's a Marl... It's a Pyozo Dance triple tech. So I'm guessing it's like all the girls. Marl, Ayla, and Luca. Probably. Black Gemstone, Eternal Darkness, I'm pretty sure is going to include maybe Robo and Magus. I'll try to show those off later on, but they're fiddly. Hopefully I'm not missing anything too important along here. Should have a quick look at my walkthrough to make sure I haven't missed any super secrets along the side. Uh-oh, it's Lavos! And it's just a little baby Lavos. Okay, so this is an Elder Lavos spawn. We fought normal Lavos spawn before. The Haste Helm. Very worth stealing. Very much worth. Now, if you remember the other Lavos spawn, you might remember that attacking the shell was a terrible idea. But we do need to steal from it. So prepare for perhaps a nasty counterattack. Might want to have an Aura Whirl ready to go if we take a lot of damage. Alright, there's the shell counter. What does it do? Yeah, it hits pretty hard. Not as bad as I was worried, but definitely hits pretty hard. I'm still quite certain you can steal something from the shell, but it's going to take a couple goes. Sorry, just moving my screen around. Let's go with Twin Charm this time. Might have to use like a high potion or something to heal this time, maybe. Come on, girls. There we go. Guardian Helm. There's another very rare helmet. I believe that that is the helmet. Remember when we picked up the swallow? The fancy sword in the glowing blue pyramid? I'm pretty sure the Guardian Helm is the other item you could get from it. So now you know you can get both of them if you're patient. You know what? Mega Elixir. We're fighting Lavos, it's fair. So let's try... Sure. Why not? I should have hasted up Marl by now. My mistake. There's the damage. I wonder what the triple kick does on its own. 1800 damage? That's pretty awesome. About 1700. Actually, no, that's about 1800 damage as well. So they're actually quite in sync for the amount of damage they can dish out. That's cool. It's very MP costly on Ayla's part, though. Unless you give her the golden stone. Anyway, say goodbye to the Lavo spawn. The Elder Lavo spawn. Alright, so that Guardian Helm. Some people, I know I had a couple comments were like, the Guardian Helm's way better than the Swallow Blue, and I'm like, nah. But they're like, the Rainbow makes the Swallow obsolete because you want that extra damage and crit rate. But the speed plus 3 is so good, it's a tough call, honestly, for quite a while. Although Suzaku, if you can boost your crit rate, is also ridiculously strong. But the thing is, yeah, the Guardian Helm is quite valuable. It makes... I don't think it changes your gameplay much. It makes whoever you give it to very difficult to be killed with physical attacks. But it's quite rare that the enemies are killing you with physical attacks that you can resist. Like, it's probably the highest defense physically helmet in the game. And it gives you basically auto-protect, basically. It's pretty good. I think, honestly, I generally prefer status immunity. And if you have to put on your armor, I think auto haste is still going to be better than the Guardian Helm, unless you're bringing Marl, and then which case maybe, I don't know. I know you get 2 less defense, but the 1/3 reduction is on top of that. Anyway, it's definitely worth stealing just so you've complete your inventory. And hold on, I just want to check these corners. Okay, let me just have a quick look. I'll be right back. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. We fought the Terra Mutant. We fought the Elder Lavo Spawn. Oh, good. We're almost done. Excellent. I'm going to give a little bit of MP, before I forget, to Ayla. We could have gone back and gone and used a shelter or something. It's definitely smarter to just go back to the save points after a boss fight like that. So remember how I was saying there's so many speed capsules to steal? Would you like 5 more? I don't know. It's silly because like 1 Falcon Strike would destroy all of these. And they're not really very dangerous enemies, but if you're just patient and you bring Ayla, you can basically max out everybody's speed. This is a total of 13 wall panels. And if you can get a speed capsule from each of them, you're basically done. Seems like a pretty good idea to me. So they must have some kind of combo effect here that's doing extra damage or something. I don't know, it's like every time the missiles hit, we're taking an extra hit. Or most of the time. Anyway, number 1, number 2. Let's get Marl hasted up. Might want to do a little bit of healing, honestly. Okay, we got 2 for 2 on the steel. I'm sure there's someone who's just rampaging right now because they never knew there were so many speed capsules you could steal. I've blown someone's mind, probably. Heck, there's still people I get comments, you know, every now and then. They're watching like Final Fantasy 5 or 3 or, you know, whatever one of the Let's Plays I've done. And they're like, I never knew you could use items like the Lightning Wand in battle to cast Bolt 2 automatically. I'm like, yeah. And then someone was playing Chrono Trigger's like, wow, I didn't know you could resurrect Chrono. That's cool. I'm like, Yeah, you know. So that's kind of why I like to show this stuff off, because there's always someone who's like, Blue, you blow my mind. I never knew about that. I'm like, that should be my channel's tagline. Blowing minds since 2014, 13. I don't know. When did I start doing this? It's been a while. She has a AoE heal, right? No. It's one of her weaknesses is she doesn't come with that, so we have to use Oracle. So if I was paying attention there, the fourth one was a fail on the steal, right? You know, I could be killing the other ones, but I know we're just gonna Falcon Strike them, right? Alright, so that's 4 more speed capsules, 1 left. Alright, the other way, if you don't want to use Falcon Strike, is of course this. So yeah, we got a lot of speed capsules. It's pretty great. How many times have you guys just accidentally wiped these groups out, not even thinking about it, and realizing all the goodies you could get? There you go. I think that's all the speed capsules for this dungeon. I think we got them all. And it's basically enough to max everyone's speed out if you're a little bit careful. So I want to save, you know, 15 for Chrono, 14 for Marl. I want Luca to get to 13, so we could use, well, she got the speed ring and Taban's suit, so we could actually give her, if you wanted to use her, she needs 7. She needs 7 speed tabs to get up to max, plus her bonus thing. Unless you want to give her a different armor, or want to keep her armor. That's the trouble, is you have to give her all those speed tabs. That's crazy. Or we could just save 5 for Frog. I guess, you know, Robo used to be at 6 speed, but he's got a baseline of +3 from his ribbon. So he's at 9 now. I don't know. We'll probably max out Frogs. I don't know about Luca and Robo. They're so slow. They soak up so many. Even now with 10, I'm like, that's still not enough for everybody. Crazy. Also, you know, just in case. This might be important. Alright. Let's go up. Oh. What am I doing here? What are you doing here, Marl? Also, Luca, Robo, Frog, and Ayla. It's very peculiar, isn't it? I'm pretty sure we can defeat her. Oh no, Eternal Nightmare. So that's the Mammon machine behind her that we basically had to use the Mazimune to destroy. Maybe we should have brought Frog again. Stole a Mega Elixir? I don't think there's 2 steals here. In fact, spoiler alert, I don't think she's all that dangerous. Well, that's not very nice. That's pretty rude, in fact. This is why I should have had Marl hasted up ahead of time. Oh, that's a MP stealer. Okay, that's good, I guess. I'm gonna try one more charm, but I don't think she's got any second items. That actually didn't heal as much as I was hoping. You'd get a lot more from, oh, you get 2 Mega Elixirs off for that. Well, that's... like a Frog plus Marl, Slurp Kiss, or no, Slurp Kiss is Ayla plus Frog. That would probably heal a lot more. I wonder how much just plain old Kiss is healing anyway. Not bad. I don't think Ayla's magic stat gets high enough for her Kiss to really ever do that much. I know I could just use, like, I could just be using Mega Elixirs. Alright, now that is an annoying ability, no doubt. But now that we've got all haste and auto haste or whatever and everything, even without using the good healing spells, we should be fine. I don't think she'll be killing anyone that quickly. Stealing my MP, though. We'll save our tech points or our magic points. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this is maybe not the final boss, and maybe there's some more forms to go through. Maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this it? Is this the last fight of Chrono Trigger? All you gotta do is stop Queen Zeal, and surely she'll never summon Lavos. Well, it's time to do something a little bit more impactful. There you go. Oh, not again. Now, there is an item. I forget if I've got any, but I know it exists. Not the rare Mega Elixir, but this thing, Lapis. I forgot about that. So I don't remember where I got them all. Some enemies drop them, and I think you can steal them as well. But and it basically is a good quick counter to someone dropping your HP to 1 like that. Because one character can just use it, and it takes you out of the emergency zone where you're going to be instantly killed by small damage. But hopefully we can get out of this cycle here and kick her to death. I mean, you gotta have at least 220 HP to not be killed by that. If I knew ahead of time what elemental attack she used, we could have protected ourselves a bit better, but I'm not too worried. Sorry, Queen. Your time is up. Look, I'm pretty sure the Mammon Machine is broken. I thought we broke it pretty good last time. Oh. Okay, it's revived. Alright, so another boss fight. Why not? Multi-boss with me, BlueAnkylo. More things to steal, anyway. We'll just haste ourselves first. Magic sacrifice to increased attack. Okay. I'm gonna... He's altering energy now. Oh man, I don't know what this guy's doing. I'm gonna try another charm. And maybe a Luminaire. I feel like it should be weak to light magic. Okay, I think maybe then it only has the one Mega Elixir. It still hasn't actually attacked us. 2,000 is pretty good. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. Alright, next turn we're gonna use a Turbo Ether on her, I think. I wonder if, I should double check if Marl plus Chrono's Ice Sword is as good as Luminaire. It might do more damage than that. So we're gonna use... This thing still hasn't even attacked us, which is kind of odd. So Luminaire's been doing just under 2,000s. But this has the dual tech bonus. And a little bit more. Not too much. I guess stick with probably the most damage per round is my standard Luminaire plus other dual tech. Like I've said, tends to be the most, as far as I'm aware, usually the highest damage per round. Like we can go triple tech to do 3,600. Or we can go Luminaire for 2,000 plus Iceberg Toss for another 2,600. And that puts us at, you know, nearly 5,000 damage instead of under 4,000. Honestly, this thing hasn't even attacked. I don't know what its problem is. Yeah, it only has a Mega Elixir to steal. Is that all you... I don't know. I'm sure it's supposed to attack. I don't know what was wrong with it. It didn't even do anything. I don't think it actually attacked us once. So, nice try, Mammoth Machine. Alright, Queen Zeal, we beat you up. And we beat up your machine. Just give up. It doesn't sound like she's giving up. Was she just a hologram all this time? Okay! Now for Queen Zeal's final four. And this is the important one for Ayla. And you'll see. You'll see. Alright. You want to pull out your Charmin gloves. And I forget specifically which one it is, but we'll figure it out quick enough. Okay, we got nothing so far. And it steals all your MP. So maybe don't worry about that hand for now. So this fight is going to be a little fiddly because I want to steal stuff, but otherwise it's generally not that bad. Heavenly Gate? Not bad. Okay, let's try stealing from the Queen first then. Mega Elixir. Yeah, so it's definitely from the hands is the item I want. I don't want to start doing extra attacks because they obviously have lots of counters. I want to get the stuff stolen right away. Let's see what the right hand does. Seeing as the left hand is really annoying. Probably like countered with HP Buster. There it is! Prismatic Dress. So yeah, no surprise. So, basically, if you use the Rainbow Shell to make prismatic helms and you were upset that you never got to see what the prismatic dress was like, right at the end of the game you have this weird little chance to switch it up a little bit. Alright, and a prismatic helm. So similarly, if you went with the prismatic dress and you wondered what the prismatic helm was like, here's your chance. Kind of neat, eh? So I'm gonna go with a Cure on Chrono and an Ether on Ayla. So I think all you need to do is defeat the head here. And the hands counterattack annoyingly, so maybe don't worry about hitting the hands. Although they do have some other attacks. I think other water elemental. It's actually kind of neat. By not rushing this boss down, at least we get a chance to see all of its cool attacks. That did a fair bit of damage, actually. Alright, so we're gonna let Marl heal. Let's go with, Thunder Chomp on the boss? Why not? This is a pretty well-balanced party. We got Marl for pretty strong healing and hasting, which always helps. Chrono and Ayla are traditionally some of the strongest attackers. Magus would be Magus would have been quite useful for the magic defense spell. Make no mistake, that would be quite useful here. That 220 damage would have been like 140 or some such. Unfortunately for Ayla, she can't really keep spamming that triple tech. But I wanted to keep the alluring top on just so that she could... She's a high ether, we got enough. I wanted to make sure that we got those steals in before too much time went by. I didn't want to have to waste like 10 minutes failing to steal the prismatic dress. looks like she probably has an attack for every element, is my guess. She is supposed to be, like, supreme magical being, basically. Oh, I hate that one so much. I'm just glad I found out about the Lapis here right before this boss fight. But, I mean, imagine if we didn't have haste. We'd be going about half as fast. It'd be a lot harder to heal up from stuff like that. Also, we could have turned down the battle speed here. It would have made it a little bit easier as well. But, oh, that's not nice. Let's, toss an iceberg then. I guess it's probably not that valuable to go full MP healing, because they seem to like to MP bust you anyway. So stick with the lower level ethers. Don't bother getting up to max MP, because they're just going to drain it to 0 anyway. But I think we've got this one on lockdown. Dark element. Eventually she'll hit one of the elements that we just straight up heal from, but it's all good. Queen Zeal! There you go. So that's Queen Zeal. Triple tech's real good. You want to bring Ayla? You might want to bring Marl. The other good option would be probably Frog instead of Marl, but then you'd miss the haste. Now, your time is up, Zeal. I think. Now, it switched us back to 12,000 BC, because that's when the Black Omen was originally summoned. But we did enter it, if you guys remember back a couple episodes, in 1000 AD. And there was a good reason for that. So, at this point, it would be time to fight Lavos again. And this is, I feel like, well, other than starting in 1000 AD instead of 12,000, this is the, in my mind, proper way to fight Lavos. There's a couple other options, but fighting your way through the Black Omen and getting to this fight here is the proper way. But we're going to save this one for the next episode, because this has already been super long. I'm also quite certain there is a way... Actually, can we not just... Okay, yeah, I think... Okay, you know what? We'll just go a long episode. I am very certain that we can still get out of here, because I want to go back... Hold on, just 1 second, everybody. Isn't there a way to get out of here? Maybe there's no way to get out of here. I don't know. I'm going to put a cut in the video. Next episode, we'll fight Lavos. And if I can, I'm going to break out. Because I know for a fact that there is a way to get 3 prismatic dresses. And you have to fight Queen Zeal 3 times and steal them from her. And they are really good. Don't pretend that the Zodiac Cape is better because it gives them a little bit of... The magic defense from the Zodiac Cape is not as good as the Prismatic Dress's magic damage reduction. That's the same as Magus's magic defense spell, basically. That is really good. Auto Barrier is amazing. And then I have some spare Prismatic Helms now if I wanted. Which I actually forgot to give her. Alright. So she would have had better defense for that last fight if I'd been smart. Alright, sorry. Like I said, I'm going to cut the episode and I'll be back, because it's already been super long, and... Either we'll fight Lavos next episode, or we'll find a way to skip that and change time once again.